What is wrong with Manchester United? Flipping heck. United have lost today 4-3 against Copenhagen, and there is a lot to talk about. Poor defending from Manchester United, just in general, throughout the game, really. A red card that, in my opinion, was not a red card. I do feel for Rashford on that one. United played the whole second half and some of the first half with 10 men, and United just simply can't play with 10 men. We can't even string two passes together with 11 men. United conceded, I think we conceded 2 goals in 5 minutes. And we, after just being clear sailing, feeling good, 2-0 up, everyone's having a good time, smiling, thinking that the game is over. United managed to concede, I think, 2 goals in about 5 minutes. 2 goals in 5 minutes. Haaland scored twice. Bruno scored a penalty. Lier, I think Elianusi, I think Goncalves and Rooney scored the last goal for Copenhagen. And I don't know if United are going to qualify from this position. There's a lot to talk about. Maguire and Varane playing basically volleyball between each other. Like, what the heck is that? What is that about? Okay. Let's break it down. Let's talk about this game. If you're not... let's analyze it. Before we get into it, guys, as usual, smash the like for me, turn on notifications, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. Please subscribe below. It's a brand new channel. I'm Chosen Wisdom. We come here after every game, have a little debrief, have a little, chill out analysis, talk about the game in a hopefully non-biased way. We don't try to bring any agendas. We basically have a phrase where we say, let's say what we see, not how we feel. Just say what you see. Don't be biased with what you see. Just say what you see. I have a way of seeing football that might be different to the way you guys see football, but we're here to share ideas and to have a conversation about the game. So, first of all, welcome back to the channel, as I've said before. Let's go straight into the starting lineup. For me, well, I keep repeating myself every video. I don't like the style of play. I don't like what the manager's implementing. I don't like the way he wants to attack. I don't like the fact he wants us to be, the best transition team. He's negating the need to keep hold of the ball, to keep possession, to rotate the ball. He wants to just move the ball from back to front very quickly, and I don't like that type of football. That's not really what I want to see from United. I don't want to see United become Liverpool 2.0. I do want to see more flair, more style, more possession, more control, and that is not what I see the manager is seeking, especially with the formation, the way he's playing, the plays he's choosing, so on and so forth. And there's a lot I could say about that, but this is not the video for it. This is the video just about talking about the game, the match today against Copenhagen. So the starting lineup, Aaron Wan-Bissaka on the right, Dalot on the left. That's very interesting that he's chosen Dalot to be on the left, even though, as we know, Dalot is a right footer. He's played Lindelof there a few times, but I guess he's going for it, and that's really good. Dalot can, of course, use his right foot if he inverts, as a lot of fullbacks are doing now. So I kind of get it. This Varane thing, Varane has to play. Varane has to play. Evans and Maguire at the back. It is what it is. But Tomne and Eriksen, I think Casemiro's injured, but I don't think, if I'm being real with you guys, I don't think players like Varane and Casemiro have much faith in this manager. That's just how I see it. But we had McTominay and Casemiro. Bruno in the middle. Rashford on the right-hand side, which is interesting. I personally don't mind Rashford on the right-hand side. And for me, the reason why I don't mind Rashford on the right is because I think him playing on the right forces him to make the right decisions. It forces him not to run into blind alleys. It forces him to just pass the ball. So sometimes I like when he plays on the right, because even though he knuckleballs it all the time and a bit too much for my liking, he can put in a decent cross as well. So Garnacho on the left and Højlund up front. That team stinks. But even though that team stinks, it is still good enough to beat this Copenhagen team, because I don't really rate this Copenhagen team. And the game of four, they were there for the smashing, and we should have smashed them. And today, we should have smashed them, but we didn't. So let's talk about it. So we scored pretty much within the first 2-3 minutes. And the goal we scored actually comes from that right-hand side, and it comes from Rashford probably doing something he wouldn't, I wouldn't say wouldn't, that's a bit harsh, but he might not always do down the left. When he plays on the left, as we know, he cuts in all the time and he tries to shoot. When he plays on the right, he's kind of forced to make more intelligent passes. And the pass he made to Aaron Wan-Bissaka was really good. But Aaron's reverse ball, Aaron is underrated. I think Aaron is very unorthodox. He's not the most techie footballer. But I think he has the right attitude, and for me, he tries to do the right thing. There's some players who are really good at football, really technical, but they have wrong decisions. They make the wrong decisions a lot of times. And there's some players that are not so technical, but they're actually trying to do the right thing. They're trying to make the right passes. And that inverted pass from Aaron was really, really good. Scott McTominay, once again, straight away, first time pass, Højlund, tapping. And when I say to you guys, a hallmark of a team that plays good football, that plays cohesive, is our tapping goals. Our tapping goals. Not individual brilliance like we're used to, just tapping goals. And the fact that we scored a tapping goal, it made me happy, because those are the kind of goals that we need to see more of. And but the first half, or at least the first 10, 20 minutes, for me, Copenhagen made it easy for us, and I didn't understand why they weren't pressing us. As far as I'm concerned, when any team presses Man United, we're not that good. We're not that good. If you stand off us, we're not the greatest either. But if you press us, you might get some joy. So I was surprised at home why Copenhagen were not pressing, and were giving us room and space to just counter-attack essentially and move the ball. When Copenhagen attacked, they were attacking with a high defensive line and sort of trying to squeeze really high up. And for me, that's perfect for Man United as a transition team, as the manager wants us to be with Garnacho and Rashford. And time again, we United just look dangerous. We look dangerous on the break, on the transition, which I guess is what he wants. But I just want us to have more control. We were very aggressive, and there was intensity in the game. At least the first 20 minutes, intensity in the way that we closed them down. We didn't let them breathe at all. We were winning the ball back very, 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 very quickly. And I was very impressed. So I'm not going to spend this video and bash United just because we lost, because there were parts of the game, there were signs that, there were little bits I was impressed with. But at the same time, I have to remind myself this is Copenhagen, and I kind of expect United to perform against Copenhagen. The second goal went in 27 minutes. Another Højlund goal, a tap-in. This time, another tap-in, which is what you want to see, a fox in a box, a striker that's hungry. And that's what you get right with Højlund. He's not the finished article, as we can all see he's not the finished article. He's very raw around the edges, but he's got a natural talent. He's got that the physicality, let's say, that you need now in the Premier League. I wish we didn't need it. I wish we relied more on technical ability. And because of the need now for physical power in the Premier League, we're seeing a lot of technical players phased out of the game for more pace and power. But good goal. Once again, he was alert, as you want your striker to be, and he scored. So what can you say? Very happy. That goal was scored because United once again won the ball high up, and that's what we were doing a lot of in the first half. We just won the ball really high up, and that's kind of like what Liverpool do. That's probably what the manager wants us to do. Wants us to be it's so intense, win the ball high up, and just kill teams. So, from the manager's perspective, the first 40 minutes were kind of going to plan. So this is where it gets interesting. The red card at 42 minutes, guys. What do you think? Was it a red card or not? Because for me, I can understand two perspectives because two things can be right at the same time. Yeah? It can be right that Rashford, of course, didn't mean to do what he did, and Rashford was just playing tap dancing on a man's ankle. No, I'm joking. He was trying to obviously shield the ball, right? He's trying to protect the ball, and I've seen loads of players do what Rashford did, right? Everyone does it. The problem is he was doing it unaware of what's going on around him, unaware that there's a player on his left-hand side trying to get the ball, right? And because of that, he stamped on the player's ankle. So both are true. He didn't mean to. It was an accident, yes. But he also did stamp on the player's ankle. It's like you killed that person, but you didn't mean to. So you're going to go to prison for manslaughter, but not for, first degree murder. So I get why a lot of people are saying it's not a penalty. And I personally wouldn't have given it, of course. Maybe I'm a bit biased. I'm a Man United fan. But at the same time, I'm not going to say I don't see why a referee gave it, because I can see why he gave it. I can see why he gave it. But I don't think he should have. I think a yellow would have been, for me, the card he should have given. But nonetheless, as soon as he went off, or a few minutes after he went off, Copenhagen scored. And from then on, I thought, okay, cool. This game has come to life. United have 10 men. We're going to play the rest of this game with 10 men. I haven't even seen us play well all season with 11 men. We're away from home in the Champions League. This is going to be very interesting. 5-6 minutes after that, Copenhagen scored again. And this time it was a penalty. And this time you have, you know what? I don't even know what's going on, because at this point, I feel that some players are trying to get their manager fired. Like, I don't know, because it looks so silly, the whole handball thing with Varane, Maguire, and to be honest, the whole handball situation is weird. The VAR thing is weird because I was always taught that if someone heads the ball onto your hand and your hand is literally less than a meter away from you, or less than a meter away from the opponent, then it can't be a penalty, because you can't do anything. You literally can't do anything. And the handball law, it just keeps changing. It keeps evolving. The way that people or referees apply it, I feel like it's inconsistently applied. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about this penalty thing. The ball hit his hand, but I don't know. Maguire's hand was high up. It is what it is. Elianusi scored. And sorry, not Elianusi. Sorry, guys. Goncalves scored. And we went in 2-2. And I thought, okay, our manager didn't make changes or any adjustments after Rashford got sent off. Surely at halftime, this guy's going to make some sort of adjustments, because United don't know or don't keep the ball well with 10 men, as I've said before. We can't just sit back for the whole of the second half. I knew we couldn't do that because United just don't defend well. Tottenham, I've seen Tottenham play well with 10 men. I've seen Liverpool, I've seen loads of teams play well with 10 men, but we don't play football. We don't want to keep the ball. We don't want to play football. Ten Hag, that's not what he's trying to implement. I don't understand. Well, I do, but it's disappointing that a United team can just fall apart just by losing a man. Fall apart defensively as well, just by losing an attacker. So I was curious to see what this manager was going to do. Yeah. No changes were made at halftime. I was surprised by that. The second half started in an almost similar way to the first half. Copenhagen were standing off Man United when they had the ball, especially at the back, and they weren't really pressing that much. And the second half, up until when it started getting interesting, it was a bit dull. It was a bit boring. But then out of nowhere, United won a penalty. And, the clock or stop clock is always, stop clock is right twice a day or whatever that phrase is. Maguire gave away a penalty and Maguire won a penalty. And once again, another penalty decision where you're like, I'm happy that United, were given the decision, but he's really close to Maguire. Maguire's literally heading the ball down onto his hand half a meter away. So what could he do? We just need to clarify what the law is for everybody so that it can be applied consistently. Because I bet you and guarantee that we're going to see that again this season and it won't be given. I don't know. We'll see. But it was given. Bruno scored. He smashed it into the top corner. And I thought, cool, 3-2. Let's hold this, guys. Let's hold the lead. Let's play in a mature way. You have tried to keep the ball in the second half, and especially at the back, you guys can pass the ball between each other. Copenhagen are not pressing you as much as I think they should, given the fact that you have 10 men. So come on, guys, come on. And to be honest, we lasted, I don't know what, 12, 15 minutes, whatever, but 83rd minute, Lier, however you want to pronounce his name, back post, Dalot, let him drift past him, poor defending by Dalot, right at the back, side foot finish, 3-3. And I'm not going to lie to you, after that goal went in, I thought to myself, yeah, like, even though there's only 10 minutes to go, that was that was a slap. And I know that, it's like I said, I feel like some of the players want the manager gone anyway. But yeah, we don't, there's no desire to go above and beyond with any of the players anymore in this team. I'm coming here to do my job and going home, I think, with most of the players. And it's, typical or poetic, if you want to call it that, somebody called Rooney sealed the win for Copenhagen right at the end, 87th minute, volley into the ground past Onana. And by the way, I don't want to hear anybody slandering Onana. Like, all those goals were just legit goals. They were just good finishes. Like, yes, he's made mistake. And when he makes big mistakes, we will point it out and we will say it's rubbish. But I'm not going to blame Onana for any of the goals today. And in fact, as much as Ten Hag has to blame for our style of play, and Ten Hag has to be blamed for the fact that this United team going down to 10 men do not play, can't keep the ball. And that's because when we have 11 men, we can't keep the ball. And that's on more Ten Hag and the style of play he's trying to implement, the formation, the players, and so on and so forth. However, Ten Hag couldn't have known that Rashford was going to get sent off. And while the sending off shouldn't have changed the game that much, in my opinion, we should have handled it better, it did. It just did. So what should have happened and what did happen, it did change the game. Because United are not good playing football. And with 10 men, we're not going to be good. It shouldn't have changed the game, but it did. And that's the problem. I think Rashford might miss, was it 3 games? Let me know. Let me know, guys, if he's going to miss 3 games. I think it is 3 games. But, yeah, it's a collection of errors, mistakes. Because I don't even blame Rashford. Rashford was legit trying to shield the ball, and he didn't see him. So I can't even blame him. It was a mistake that he got punished for harshly. I can't fully blame Ten Hag. I do blame him a little bit, obviously, but not fully. I got to blame the players. I do have to blame the players a little bit because I still think they had the responsibility on the pitch to do a bit better. So it's a weird game. It's a weird game in terms of the blame. With like most things, it's a combination of many factors. Copenhagen played their part. United, this was a must-win game and we didn't win. So I have no idea how we're going to qualify. I mean, does it even matter? Are we going to win this competition? No, we're not. So it is what it is. Anyway, that's my little breakdown. That's my analysis of the game. Man of the match for me, from a Man United perspective, I would give it to Højlund. He scored 2. I was going to say Aaron, because I like the way Aaron played today, but because Højlund scored 2, I'll give it to him. Who was your man in the match? What do you guys think? What do you guys make of the game? What do you guys think of the formation, the plays that he picked? Do you agree on my analysis of the game? And what, if you don't agree, what don't you agree with? Let me know. Educate me as much as, I'm trying to talk to you about football and tell you guys how I see it. So I want you guys to also let me know how you see it. Educate me, give me some knowledge. But yeah, it's this United team. I don't see how I've said this before in my other videos. You can check out my other videos. I hope he does turn it around, but I struggle to see how he does. I think we still have good enough players to beat certain teams, but it's just not looking good, bruv. Just not looking good. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. Have a good week. Enjoy the rest of the week. I'll see you guys next match, next video. I think, who we got on the weekend? Luton? Have we got Luton? I think so. I don't know. I'll check. But anyway, enjoy yourself, guys. Love you guys. Share the video, please. Subscribe below. It's a cool channel. It's a cool place to hang out. The bigger the channel grows, the more I can do with the channel. The more I want to go live soon. I want to have guests on. I want to do bigger things. So the more you can share this video, the bigger the channel can get, the more I can get better, the more I can invite you guys on and start building a different kind of community that's out there. A more chilled out one. Yeah. We still love football. Still love United. Anyway, hope you guys have a good week, man. Love and peace. If you're not